I work with a lot of families, and I've done it for the last 26 years because our focus is on family. And I find that a lot of children do not love their parents. Now, they love them because of their parents, but inside they resent the parents because of the mistakes and whatever the parents have done to them. Do Donald Trump children love him?
They have a very, very close bond. I must tell you, Donald's children are a testimony to he and their mother. Every one of these kids is well adjusted, happy, polite, productive. They're all part of the business. Donald Jr., Eric, and even Ivanka have campaigned very hard for their father, particularly the boys, because Ivanka is just given birth to a new grandson.
Yeah.
Theodore, who may or may not be named after Theodore Roosevelt, who is one of Donald's favorite presidents in terms of being a strong man and a man of God. He is very, very close to his children. I've been in the middle of board meetings with him when he will stop the entire meeting to take a phone call from one of his sons, and this was when they were in their preteen years. So I don't detect that at all. His children all revere him. They're very proud that he's running for president. I must say that they are, as I am, concerned about his personal safety.
Yeah.
There are a lot of nuts out there. He is saying a lot of controversial things that need to be said, and I pray to God that he and his family will be safe. The U.S. Secret Service does an amazing job, but they did an amazing job for John Kennedy, too. They did an amazing job for Ronald Reagan, yet there was an attempt on his life. There was an attempt on Gerald Ford's life. So it's a legitimate concern that I think everyone around Donald Trump shares.
Do
We
you,
just we just pray for him. There is no other thing we can do.
that's right. Do I suppose you don't know for sure, but do you believe that Donald Trump will become the next president?
He certainly can become the next president. I mean, the obstacles are great. The mainstream media is hostile to his candidacy. He is putting forward ideas that the entire political establishment, both Republican and Democrats, disagree with. Look, we've had the same leadership for 30 years. Whether it's Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, only the label changes. Everything remains the same. Endless war, erosion of civil liberties, massive debt and spending, bailouts for the big banks, a foreign policy that's completely incoherent. You can't figure out what we're trying to do around the world. We can't seem to decide who our friends are and who our enemies are. We end up invariably facing guns that we ourselves gave people or sold people. So Trump challenges the entire New World Order.
Yeah.
He challenges the orthodoxy of both parties that have gotten us to where they are today. So, for example, just in the last week, when he suggests that our very wealthy allies like Saudi Arabia and Japan start paying for their own defense instead of letting us pick up the tab, everybody goes crazy. No president since Truman has said that. Well, maybe it's time. We're not as rich as we used to be, and we're not the world's policemen. It's time for our allies to start picking up some of the tab.
I love that. When I heard him say that, I was like, wow, finally somebody is saying it. Do you believe that Donald Trump will put a wall around the borders, that he would deport the illegals, he would stop the Muslims from coming in until he can figure out what is going on in order to make it safer for us, we the American people, bring back jobs? Do you believe those things will happen?
Well, that's the core of his message. Look, if you don't have borders, you don't have a country, you don't have a nation. And for those who say, oh, he's against Hispanics, he's against black people, none of that is true. Nobody has created more jobs for black people, brown people, Asians, gays, young people. This guy is a job creator, number one. Number two, yes, I think he would deport those who were here illegally, but he would do it with some intelligence. So, for example, those who have known criminal records, and those are the easiest ones to find because the police know where they are, they're in the databases. They should leave first. Then, and that's about 600,000 people. then those who are here illegally and because they have overstayed their visas, we know physically where they are. They should leave next. Then I think he would deal with the rest of the problem. So when he says he's flexible, I think that means he would go about his goals in an intelligent way. I do think that he would be the most pro-growth president we've ever had. His economic plan, which frankly he doesn't talk about enough, is the most dynamic plan out there. It has been praised by pro-growth economists like Larry Kudlow from CNBC. It would provide a tax cut for everybody, both the wealthy and the non-wealthy, but it would also have bring $2 trillion worth of money that's sitting offshore back in the country to be taxed. We cut our corporate tax rate below that of China, which means all those companies that have split for China would come back here because suddenly, overnight, it would be more effective to do business in the United States and more, I should say, profitable to do business in the United States. So companies would relocate here, expand here, hire here, train people here. I mean, Trump's economic plan is nothing short of brilliant. I'd like to see him talk more about it.
Roger, we're running out of time. I have to let you don't know me, but I have to let you know that I have the utmost respect for you. Every time I see you on TV or hear you, I stop and listen. So I'm gonna have to have you back because there's some things about you I would like to know. But I do want to say that when these people accuse Donald Trump of being a racist and hating women and all that, these people are liars. They have no real power, and they have seen the fear of white Americans, especially men, when they accuse them of these type of things. So they're trying to use that. Donald Trump is not a racist. He doesn't hate women, and I'm glad that he's not falling for that. I want to mention your book, your New York Times bestseller, The Man Who Killed Kennedy. The case against LBJ. How can people get it, and why should they get it?
Well, you can get actually all my books, including the latest one, The Clintons' War on Women.
Yes.
That lays out how Bill Clinton is a sexual predator and how Hillary has personally run the cover up and bullied the poor women who are his victims. Now she holds herself out as an advocate for women. So you can go to rogerstone.com, no D, rogerstone.com. And you can buy all my books: the Man Who Killed Kennedy, The Case Against LBJ, The Clintons' War on Women, the inside story of the Clintons that'll blow your mind, every crime they've ever been involved in, and there are many. And then my latest book, The Bush Crime Family. So please go to rogerstone.com.
Give me a quick yes or no. Do you have that inner confidence that Donald has?
I pray to have that confidence. I would like to have that
You
confidence.
appear to have it.
Well, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I'm very, very worried about my country.
I can tell. Roger Stone, it has been a blessing to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming on and being with us.
Yes, Lee, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Have a good day now.